Hi there. Welcome to today's nutrition education session, Live a Fuller Life with More Fiber. This session is brought to you by nutrition graduate students from the University of Cincinnati. Today we will be spending about 15 minutes together talking about how to add more fiber into your meals and the benefits of eating more fiber. We hope that you enjoy. In today's presentation, we want to teach you how to live a fuller life by adding more fiber into your diet. The session will focus specifically on adding more fiber into your meals. We have 3 learning objectives for our time today. At the end of the session, we would like for you to be able to list 3 vegetables high in fiber and low in starch, identify 2 barriers to eating fiber and ways to overcome them, and describe 3 benefits to eating fiber. Hi there, my name is Rachel and I'm going to teach you about how to add more fiber into your meals. Let's start by looking at what a high fiber meal looks like. You'll see here that I have a few examples of foods that contain sources of fiber. Whenever I make a meal, whether it is breakfast, lunch, or dinner, I like to consider how I can add more fiber to it. We will discuss why this is important later on in this video, but overall, foods that contain fiber typically are also high in key vitamins and minerals that our bodies need, as well as help to keep us full for a longer period of time. For example, at breakfast, you'll see that I could choose whole wheat bread with avocado on top. 2 slices of whole wheat bread contains about 4 grams of fiber, and just half of an avocado has 7 grams of fiber. That's 11 grams of fiber just at breakfast. For lunch, I could choose a salad as shown here with chickpeas, orange peppers, tomatoes, and leafy greens, as this salad contains lots of fiber from the vegetables and also the chickpeas. Also, the vegetables like the tomatoes and peppers contain healthy vitamins such as vitamin A and even a little bit of vitamin C too. Dark leafy green vegetables contain healthy components like folate, vitamin A, and vitamin K. You can see it pays to eat more fiber at all meals because you are working towards your daily fiber needs, but also eating more key vitamins and minerals that your body needs to promote your health. Now, you're probably wondering about dinner. I always like to have a protein, source of a carbohydrate, and a healthy fat source with fiber included, of course. So here is an example of a high fiber dinner for you. I have here a serving of chicken breast with some brown rice and cooked broccoli. I chose to roast my broccoli, but there are many ways to cook this vegetable. The brown rice contains about 3.5 grams of fiber in 1 cooked cup, which is 14% of your daily needs, and the broccoli contains about 4 grams of fiber, which is 15% of your daily needs. So this is about 30% of your daily fiber needs in your dinner alone. Add a nice side salad and you are well on your way to over 1/3 of your daily fiber needs just at dinner. Add up your fiber from breakfast, lunch, and snacks, and hitting your fiber goals for the day is a breeze. Need a few other ideas for adding fiber into your meals? You can try beans like black beans, lentils, or split peas, fruits like apples and bananas, and other things like oats, almonds, or even sweet potatoes. The list really does go on and on for how to easily incorporate more fiber into your meals. First, we'd like for you to take just a little bit of time and reflect on why it is actually important to eat more fiber. Whether it is in your head or written out on a piece of paper or typed on a device, please take 30 seconds to brainstorm why you believe it is important to eat more fiber.
A new study finds people who eat a diet high in fiber have a lower risk of developing chronic disease and a lower risk of death. The benefits of fiber don't end there. Toros family medicine physician Dr. Meredith Maxwell joins us with some tips for adding it to your diet. Good morning.
Good morning.
What is fiber?
So fiber is found in fruits, vegetables, roughage. It really does help get you regular, move the bowels, the bowel movements through faster. It can decrease cholesterol, and the new study says that it can help with diabetes, it can help with stroke, it can help with coronary artery disease. So adding a little bit in your diet can really have some life-saving benefits.
So just having your gut work properly is a good thing.
Correct.
Obviously.
Correct. Yes.
There are a couple of different types, insoluble and soluble.
Yeah.
Do we need to worry about that?
So they do different things. Insoluble kind of moves things through, and soluble makes things softer, if you will. Soluble actually is the one that helps with the cholesterol. So they do different things, but they both have great benefits.
And I mean, generally a food high in fiber would have both, or you need to kind of research what's got what?
So, as long as you're doing like fruits and veg, leaving the skins on your vegetables, trying to leave the seeds in, you'll get both.
Okay.
So just kind of be cognizant of getting, at least 5 servings per day.
All right, so how much fiber should be in a diet?
So they say 30 grams per day. And how do you know if something is high in fiber? You look at the back of a package and you look at the total daily value. And if it's higher than 20%, that's generally a high fiber food.
Well, it's funny you should say that, Doc, because in honor of your visit, I had a banana for breakfast.
Good for you.
I had a little nutrition bar. Theoretically, it's got 6 grams of dietary fiber.
Right.
That counts.
Yes.
And then 24% of my daily needs. So what do I need to look for on the label?
So the daily needs, the 20% or higher is a high fiber food.
Okay.
So that's what you would look for to see if you've gotten your fiber for the day.
Do you really eat 5 servings of fruits and vegetables a day? I try and find that hard.
It is difficult, but if you use things like carrot sticks for snacks and like apples and fruit, and you mix it into the diet, it gets a lot easier.
And some of the convenience stores make it convenient. Sometimes you can run, because I went in yesterday and I was kind of in a snacky sort of mood, and I had a rare moment of strength where I grabbed something that actually occurred in nature, which is good for you, I guess.
It's a good idea to keep it in your car. Some of those things last a lot longer. So if you get that hangry kind of sensation, you could just grab it out the dash. I think that's a good idea. You get kind of dicey when you go into the convenience store, I think.
Well, and there's an issue, I guess, of how durable, how long it's been there, I suppose.
That's right, that's right.
But it's better than chips.
It is better than chips. And don't start this too soon, because you could get in trouble. You need to do this slowly and increase the fiber gradually, or else you'll get some bloating and gas.
And then you'll give up on it.
And then you'll give up on it. So you need to do this slowly and gradually.
See, Meredith remembered that point, which is why she's there and I'm standing over here. Thank you, Dr.
You're
Meredith
welcome.
Maxwell, as always.
So let's talk about some good sources of fiber. So all plant-based foods are going to be great sources of fiber. So think about anything that grows. Those are going to be excellent sources of fiber always. So things like legumes. So an example would that be like your beans, kidney beans. Those are great sources of fiber. The next one would be grains. So think about your whole grain bread, oatmeal. But when you are looking at your oatmeal, you want to check out for sure how much fiber is in there. So if you're having instant oatmeal, that tends to not have as much fiber in it compared to like your whole grain rolled oats, which you'll see a picture of those on the next slide here. So you can always, compare what is the better source of fiber from that standpoint. And then pasta, that's another grain that's going to have fiber in it, but you want to pick like your whole grain pasta to get the fiber. Next, we have vegetables. So broccoli would be an example of a vegetable that has that is a great source of fiber, as well as like your carrots, spinach, romaine lettuce, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts. Those are all, additional vegetables that would be great sources of fiber. Now for your fruit, think of things like apples, bananas, grapes, Those are going to be great sources of fiber as well. And when you think about your fruits, you want to always, make sure you consume the peel when you can. So like your apple, that outside peel is going to be where the fiber is. So if you don't eat that outside peel, then you're not going to be getting those fiber benefits. Think about a potato too. So like a baked potato that has that skin on it, you want to eat the skin because the skin is going to have the fiber as well. Just to give you some examples there. And then we have nuts, so almonds, cashews, those are also going to be great sources of fiber. And then the last one would be seeds, such as like sunflower seeds, chia seeds. Those are also another great source of fiber. So here we have a nutrition facts label of our oatmeal. So this is going to be our old-fashioned oats, also called rolled oats. So if you go to the bottom on the right, on the big blown up label, you can see where it says ingredients at the bottom, and then it says whole grain rolled oats. So because it says whole grain there, that's how I know this is going to be a great source of fiber just by looking at the ingredient list, because we know, like on the previous slide, that grains are a great source of fiber, especially our whole grains. So you can see here on the label, if you go up, you'll see protein, and then you'll see in bold total carbohydrate. And then right underneath the total carbohydrate section on the label, you'll see dietary fiber, 4 grams, 15%. That 15% just means that's going to meet 15% of our needs, of our fiber needs, if we were following a 2,000 calorie diet. And then you can also see that under the fiber amount, it says soluble fiber 2 grams and soluble fiber 2 grams. That's just showing you that there's, different types of fiber in this oatmeal. That's nothing for you to worry about. You more just care about that whole number, that you're getting the 4 grams of fiber, and that's great. This makes it an excellent source of fiber here. So this brings us to our table here showing us how much fiber that we need in a day. So if you've ever heard how much fiber that you need before, you might have heard the typical adult amounts of males need about 38 grams of fiber a day, and then adult females need about 25 grams of fiber a day. Those are the typical numbers that you might have heard before if you've, seen things on flyers, on the internet, wherever. But you can also see here where it breaks down our fiber needs per age group. So you can find your age here on this table, and you can figure out how much fiber it's recommended by the dietary guidelines for Americans of how much you need to be having in a day.
So far, we've shown you some examples of foods to add to your meals to increase your fiber intake. We've also discussed that plant-based foods are also great sources of fiber. In terms of nutritional guidelines, adult males should aim for 38 grams of fiber per day, and adult females should aim for 25 grams of fiber per day.
Now, we'd like for you to brainstorm and create a shopping list for foods that you like and could see as easy additions into your diet to eat more fiber. Take about a minute to read the list of foods provided on the screen. This is our shopping list. There are about 25 foods to choose from that are all considered high fiber foods that you can incorporate into meals. Be sure to choose and make note of your favorites, and then make 3 meals that use these foods. We'll go over a few ideas as a group in a minute or so. Now that you've picked out your favorite high fiber foods to add into your meals, we figured that it would be helpful to show you 2 examples of high fiber meals. Let's start with the plate on the left. This plate contains cooked chicken breast, roasted sweet potatoes cut into a fry shape, and roasted Brussels sprouts. All of these foods are yummy and can be prepared in a variety of ways, such as steamed, roasted, baked, or grilled. Now for the plate on the right. This plate contains cooked salmon, but any fish could be used, along with black beans and cooked brown rice. Which would you prefer? Why or why not? What substitutions could you make with other high fiber foods to make a meal that you would enjoy? Take a few seconds to reflect on this and make any notes you might want for later.
And that's a wrap. Thank you so much for watching today. We hope that you learned how to incorporate more fiber into your diet in a way that is healthy, affordable, and enjoyable. Take care.